Hey everyone, this is Dr. Lakeisha J. Cole of thefaithoutcome.com, and I'm going to leave my camera there, see if it doesn't fall. I don't think it's going to work here, but either way, I just want to say that I hope everyone is doing well and that you're okay in your life, because a lot is going on in mine, but I'm definitely keeping it positive. Something that you will continue to hear me say. I'm in a new space in my life, and I've been in this space for quite a while now, and I believe in just finding a way to keep it positive. And that doesn't mean that I don't feel a certain kind of way about things that I go through, but I definitely have learned the importance of feeling good and feeling upbeat about whatever I'm facing. And I knew this wasn't gonna work, but I don't want to put it up here because it makes a lot of noise, but I guess I'll just do this. Anyway, I really just feel that it's very important for me to inspire people and motivate them to know that you don't always have to feel that you can't release yourself for going through some things. And when it comes to mental health, physical health, concerns about your financial future and just daily important things, your love life, family, anything, working on your relationship with forgiveness and making sure that you continue to grow and develop in the right manner, for your life. All of that, it's okay to release yourself in the process of the journey, because every single day we live and we have to experience things that some things are just going to be unpredictable, unexplainable. You're not going to understand them, and it's going to be tough for you. And you still have to go through life, every day. You still have things that you have to do. You have people you have to interact with, and you have to have a certain state of mind that is reliable and dependable. And so I just want to let everybody know, without getting too involved, that your health is, and its maintenance is super important. And I know this as a health professional. I know this just as a person in general. I've always still felt like you have to take care of yourself. And sometimes, realistically, like, we as health professionals, we're always promoting, do what's best for you. Take care of your health, take care of yourself. Make sure that you're mentally, physically taken care of. Make sure that biochemically you're okay. And then when you go through life and your everyday duties and responsibilities, things with your work, things that you have to do at home, with your family, sometimes you do feel like, okay, if I take care of myself, then this environment is not supportive of me doing that. I know that there are people out there who feel that way. And, you know, what do you do? Because you have to work. Many people in the world understand that we have to work. We have to generate some type of income. We have to have some type of financial stability to do everything that we do. And in order to do that, you have to work. Or somebody has to work. You know, if you're not working, then you need a spouse or somebody, you know, who is willing to take care of you, and they don't mind taking care of you and helping you. And that's a whole nother video. But right now, I'm taking care of myself. And I have shared over, you know, the past year, that for those of you who were really paying attention and watching, I have shared that I have had some challenges to my best health. And, you know, I'm a very specific and particular person. I'm just not the type of person that wants to hear things about my health that don't align with my understanding about health and wellness. And all of you who watch my channels, you know, you've seen, for the most part, you know, I do try to have good balance with everything in life. I try to, I hate to use the word try, but like, I eat well, in balance. I make sure that I am hydrated. I get enough water. I exercise. You know, I'm physically active, and everything is in balance. You know, I don't really, all the overdoing and underdoing really just kind of matches, and it's really, in my opinion, I feel like it's balanced, right where it should be. And to find out that it's still not, you know, that's not the end all. There are so many things you have to, you know, sleep, you have to monitor your stress, you have to do all these things, consider your genetics. And he just ran that red light like that and almost hit this person. That, you see, sometimes doing right is still interacting with somebody who don't want to do right. It's the world we live in. You know, we are all guilty of it somewhere in our lives. But I really just, I take my health very seriously, and I try my best not to allow things to stress and worry me. But I would say that I'm not a person who just, because of my deep thoughts and how some things, like the world we live in, there are so many different areas in our lives where we have to really consider it all in order to be realistic. And being realistic is looking at things for what they are. You know, you're supposed to go left, but then there are all these factors on the right that try to hinder you going left. And it's just like that in life. All the things that we do and how we balance it all mentally, and then the effects that it has on us physically, you know, on a biochemical level. And how all of the exposures that all the things that we're exposed to, all the environmental factors, physical, mental, financial, social, all of these different factors that come together and play a role in our ability to maintain physical health, and how it affects us biologically and may hinder us or prevent us from living our best life on an emotional scale, and taking care of things. And please let me just speed on through here. But I know that we all face a lot of things, and sometimes people, they really genuinely, there are people out there that mean well, they really do care, but of course they live in the real world too. It's important for businesses, organizations, institutions that we work for or work with to maintain our daily lives. What role does that play when it comes to health crises? They still have a job to do. They still have obligations and responsibilities to, their customers, their clients, and you have an obligation to yourself, your health and well-being. And it's a lot to take on, but nonetheless, we have to do it. Some people, I've seen it all now. I really just feel like I've seen it all. I see people who work themselves to death, really, for real. They literally work themselves to death. The way that they work themselves and the way that it interferes with their ability to eat well, be physically active, sleep, have a normal level of stress that still allows them to operate and function in health, and be in a healthy state. And just the sleep that people miss trying to do everything that they need to do, it's a lot. And over time, it just contributes to poor health, and then that poor health can lead to complications that end in or result in the end of life. The quality of life is gone, and it leads to the heart stopping, whatever it is. So it's just a lot of things that we face, and there are a lot of things that we just can't control, and we have to make decisions that we can live with. And sometimes we just feel like we're making the best decision for us, but then it may not be the best decision over here. And so the good news is that you just have to know that everything does happen for a reason, and it does have its place and time. And when you do what is best for you, you have no reason in the world to feel guilty about that. No matter how factors outside try to make you feel that, oh, well, you should have did this or you should have did that. No, I know what's best for me. I know one thing about me is I know what does not feel right. I know when things don't feel right. There is an energy shift, and I know when things don't feel right. Is this open? I don't see no bar. Yeah, it is. It just, sometimes you can feel a bit gloomy about doing the best thing for you. And sometimes people, they care to the best of their ability to care, but at the same time, I hate to say this phrase, but it's true, life goes on. no matter what you're going through, no matter how difficult it is, life goes on. But I just really, I guess the topic of this video is really setting yourself free and not feeling guilty about doing what's best for you, because it's easy to get emotionally wrapped into how you feel about what you think you need to do and how other people are responding to you about doing what you need to do, and how it really ties into your responsibilities. And for me, I guess this video is really about releasing yourself from feeling guilty about what you believe is the best decision for you, and just knowing that whatever that best decision is, anything that seems to have taken a back seat or is interrupted, you just have to know that's when you really have to go beyond and just trust that everything is going to work out, everything will be okay, because this is a decision that you needed to make, something that was very important. And for me, when it comes to my health, I haven't always put my health first. You know, I thought that I was, but truthfully, when it comes to just living that life of health that I think is important, I've done that. But at the same time, when I find out that it's not enough, it has really stressed me in a way that probably wasn't the best and healthiest for me. But I just want to say that I'm doing better with that. I'm doing better about just feeling good about making the best choice for myself. And when it comes to my health, and like I know when my body is just not feeling right, and whatever has to take a back seat, you know, I'm just going to have to do that, and I have to live with the results. And I know for me, I'm just trusting that everything will work out, because I know where I'm at and I know what I need to do. And so in order to do that, some things are going to have to be interrupted, put to a halt, paused. And if that's a problem, then it's just something that I'll have to deal with. But still trusting that it's all going to work out, because I know that I did what was best for me. And I just want people to feel free to do the same. I'm going to do what I need to do right now, but I just want to send out just this brief encouragement. And you can find yourself, of course, in my videos. I talk about one particular topic, but there are several subjects wrapped up in that one topic. And, you know, just stay encouraged and just feel good about who you are and what you're doing in your life. This is Dr. Lakeisha J. Cole of thefaithoutcome.com. Have a wonderful week.